Okay, so I'll have a quick look again over the reference that we shot earlier. So pretty happy with the jump, happy with the landing, nice fist into the ground. Not particularly happy with the beginning, launching off the ladder as I'm kind of perched up there. Don't look very superhero. So I had a quick look for some reference. Spider-Man seemed an obvious place to start. He's very athletic, agile, jumps off buildings a lot. So I found this pose here that I think is a good starting point. I'm not going to match it exactly to Spider-Man. Our guy isn't Spider-Man, but it's a good bit of inspiration for us to get started. So if I hit the space bar, I can quickly jump between windows. If I hit space on whatever window the cursor is on, that's going to jump to it. So I jumped into the perspective view, and now we want to put our adventurer onto the ledge so he can get started. So as we previously set him up so that the arms or the hands and the feet controls are in world space, just means that if I move the body controller, those controls are going to get left behind. So it means that I have to grab hold of the body control and then hold down Shift key, and it means I can select multiple controls at the same time. So I can click the body control and then Shift select the other controls. Once they're all selected, I can translate him onto the ledge. And then it's a simple case of posing our character. So I'll just have another quick look at the reference here. Feet are close together, crouching down, leaning over slightly, hands on the ground. So we'll make a start. I'll start with the feet. I'm going to switch between rotate and translate as I work. W for translate, E for rotate on the keyboard. And I'll just start by putting them a little bit closer together to begin with. Then I'll grab the body control, drop him down, just start to ease him into the position from our reference. You can see that I've immediately lost the pole vectors. They've got hidden in the geometry, but if I hit 4 to get this wireframe mode, so I can find them, and then just hit 6 again on the keyboard to go back into colour, then I can place them where they need to be. So it's important to work from the body control, which is the hips, to get your general position of the torso, and then we'll work the chest on top of that. Just start to roughly place the arms into position. Quick look at the reference. He's leaning over quite far. His feet are very close together. I don't think I was going to go that close. He's also very flexible. I feel like we need to add a little bit of foot roll in there just so we can lift the heel off. So I'll use the toe roll attribute just to pull the heel off the ground slightly. Move that to the side a little. Just pull the knee back in so the knee is over the foot. Just adjust those hips and the torso a little bit, get a bit of twist in there. And then always be thinking about getting some twist through the torso. So if I turn the hips one way, I'm going to turn the chest the opposite way, just to add some more interest into that spine, make it feel more organic. And if I pull the arms up using the hand IK, just try and place that somewhere, maybe on his knee, just resting it there. Just rotate him forward slightly. And maybe if I put his left arm or hand, that could just be resting on his thigh, maybe his forearm's just resting on his thigh, just so it's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more nonchalant. Pull the shoulder down to help with that. Just try and get that hand feeling relaxed. So we're constantly moving back around, so I'll work on one aspect and then move over. So I'm just checking now to see if it's in balance. I'll kind of draw an imaginary line up from the feet like this, and then see how much mass I have on either side. And it feels like I've got more mass on the right hand side than I have on the left, so I think he just needs to move back a little bit more so he's more in balance. Just keep getting that forearm in contact with the thigh. Put the hand on his leg here, just making sure we're in balance. If we get the balance wrong, then we're going to lose the illusion of life. It won't feel believable. Just make sure that the pose isn't symmetrical, so we've got it feeling different on either side of the body. Let's add a little bit of angle and tilt to the head. We'll oppose the tilt that we've got on the chest. So it's starting to take shape now. Just adjust the heel a little bit, just feels maybe it was a bit high. Just get that hand nicely rested on his knee. When I'm placing the hand, I tend to place the palm in the correct position so it feels like it's in contact, and then work fingers after that. So we get some nice contact on the hand. I'm just going to try and make the hand feel relaxed, so the pinky fingers are resting on the knee and his index fingers are just a little bit more relaxed and curled over. I'm going to use the controls at the back of the metatarsals just to add a little bit of separation. You can start to add in some cupping, but don't go crazy because you can easily break it. So I'm going to work from the knuckles down, just rotating each one. Try and avoid the temptation just to move the axes in all directions. It's better if you work on individual axes on these. And just think about what your own hand can do when you're doing this. Try not to put it in a position that is physically impossible. So I'll just keep moving those fingers, working these fingers so that they feel natural and relaxed. Just avoid these intersections so that the hand doesn't go straight into the leg. Let's have a look at the thumb now. Just trying to get a hand position that feels more natural. And also checking from other angles. Let's have a look at his right hand. Feels pretty natural already, actually. So now just check around him. Starting to feel pretty good. So much better start pose than what we had, I think, in the reference. So it will still allow us to launch from a similar angle on the thighs we've got in the reference, because we've got that working in our pose here. So I think it should still work nicely, leaping off into what we have in the reference. So now we're pretty happy with that pose. Let's set a key. So we'll set a key on frame 1. I'm going to grab all the controls. To do that, I'll go into the outliner, and there's a selection set called Animate Adventurer Controls. I'll right click on it. I'll pick Select Set Members. This will select every control on the rig. Now hit the S key, which will key every attribute on every control. I think it's important to make sure I key everything so I know I haven't missed anything. If I look into the graph editor, here are all the keys on frame 1. So I know that I haven't missed everything. Everything is keyed, every attribute there is. So well done for getting this far. You should have a nice initial first pose. It's looking great. Let's move on.